Welcome to Biggerthangoalspodcast with your boy Sean Suge, Amos. Today we got my boy, my friend, Kenny McClendon, owner of Defiant Digital and Cancel Court.
Once I got to BET, it got easy. I was doing all editing there. So I did like Being Mary Jane, The Game. Then I got an ABC and I started doing like Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder. My partner had other shows. One we pitched to BET and it went far up the chain. It was real close to getting picked up. And then all the executives got fired. So then they brought in a new establishment, got to know. So he kind of got tired of, asking. So then we was like, man, let's just do it the independent rapper.
Welcome to Bigger Than Goals podcast with your boy Sean Suge, Amos, where we talk to highly successful people about their journey, who they became to overcome all their challenges. Today we got my boy, my friend, Kenny McClendon. Damn, bro.
How many episodes is it? Nah,
This is it. Welcome to Bigger Than Goals podcast with your boy Sean Suge, Amos, where we talk to highly successful people about their journey, who they had to become to overcome challenges. Today we got my boy, my friend, Kenny McClendon, owner of Defiant Digital and Cancel Court. How you doing today?
I'm good, bro.
Good?
Appreciate you having me.
Man, we known each other for quite some time, like what, 2024 right now, or almost 2024.
12 years. Was it 2012 or something?
Yeah, 2013, around that time. When I met you, you was, I'll be real with you, you was the first person I think I met from Detroit.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, like I never, all my travels from Philly, to the Bay.
You the first Philly person I met. Right?
Yeah, I never met no one in Detroit, but you rep Detroit hard though.
Yeah, I'm actually from Pontiac, which is like 20, 30 minutes from Detroit.
But shit, it's the same shit.
It's like being from Inglewood, you know what I mean?
Same shit, but I see your Lions. You getting your hopes high.
That's why we was supposed to come yesterday, and I forgot. Like, shit, it's the Lions there. Like,
nah, all good. They what's their record right now?
1-0. We undefeated. Shit, we number one in the league right now.
Man, I used to like the Lions back in the day when they had Barry Sanders, of course.
Yeah, see, they played in Pontiac. That's where I'm from.
I got you.
I used to live next to the city.
Got you. So y'all think y'all can do it this year?
Hell yeah. I was telling everybody last year. Okay.
What about y'all Pistons, man?
We a little ways away with the Pistons.
Yeah, I definitely ways away. Now, I'm a basketball guy, so I know definitely.
I'm a football guy, but
I know y'all ways away with the Pistons for sure.
If we could get a play-in, I'd be happy with the Pistons.
I like that, man. So after I met you, I met a lot of people from Detroit, and y'all die hard.
Yeah.
What makes Detroit so such a city where everybody just rep their city hard?
I don't know, it's just that loyalty, that pride to come with it, Detroit, Michigan, Pontiac, Flint. It's all like real tough and grimy over there, you know what I mean? So when people get the best out of anything over there, they like to shine with it. So.
And you came out, how long you been in LA? Like what made you move from Detroit to LA?
I've been out here since 2009. 2009? Yeah, I came out here for film school, did that, then started working at BET. I did school for like a year.
Yeah, that's when I met you. You was with BET. What you was doing over at BET?
So I started off doing internship, then I was post PA. Then I did like quality control. Then
PA is a personal assistant, right?
Yeah, okay. So I would run and get people lunches, all that shit.
Ooh, that was a journey, man.
Yeah. So
were you just only doing that? For like just
yeah, and I do side gigs, music videos, stuff like that.
So talk about some of the tough times during that. Did you ever feel like you was going like, you know what, this ain't even worth it, I'm going back home?
Yeah, that's when I first moved out here. This is when I was in school. Once I got to BET, it got easier. Yeah. When I first moved out here, it was like speaking another language where I come from, going to film school. Right. Most of them kids took, film classes in high school. They were speaking another language, so I was like behind. Yeah. Like, I didn't even know how to work a Mac computer when I moved out here.
So what made you go to film school, though? Like, is it somebody in your family?
Nah, I just always wanted to do it. I always either wanted to play sports or be in entertainment.
Yeah, and so you automatically choose behind the camera, or did you try to act first?
Nah. As you see, I'm not on camera talent. But I always wanted to be behind. Because, I used to just watch movies all the time, and I watched the behind the scenes and shit. And I would just learn it on my own, you know what I mean?
See, that's unique, though, because you never really hear about people, or at least as a kid, you never think about, I want to be a producer, or I want to be the person who write the movies or whatever.
That was my thing. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I didn't know if I wanted to produce, write, direct. and edit, none of that. I just knew I wanted to make shit.
So what guided you into like film school?
So then I was trying to be a director, and they told me if you learn editing, you'll be a beast director. So I started focusing on the editing, and now I'm producing, writing, directing, editing, all that.
So you was at BT. You got any, what shows did you produce or did you?
So I was doing all editing there. So I did like Being Mary Jane, The Game, all these scripted shows. Basically, when they started doing scripted, I was there for the first ones.
Yeah, Mary Jane. I used to like Mary Jane, man. What happened to that show? Why they
I
chopping
don't
it?
remember. I left before that got canceled.
Really?
Or whatever.
Where you go to after BT?
So after that, I got my first job at Fox.
Uh,
And then I got an ABC, and I started doing like Scandal and How to Get Away with Murder and all that.
okay. Scandal. How to Get Away with Murder. That's my How to Get Away with Murder. That's my show.
Yes.
So
That's in Philly, actually.
Huh?
How to Get Away with Murder in Philly.
Yeah. I mean,
Well, they shoot it in LA, but they act like it's
I live
Philly.
in Philly. Yeah. So talk about your role though, like as far as like what you do on the show. Like what's your part?
So on all those shows, I was in post-production, like editorial. So like they shoot the footage, they give it to us. You know, we basically chop it all together, do visual effects, get it ready for sound, just all the post-production stuff. You know what I mean? So on those shows, I was assistant editor. You know, and then I just been doing that for years until we started our own company.
And then what company is that?
That's Defiant Digital.
Defiant Digital, one I keep messing up on. Defiant Digital, y'all make sure y'all follow that page. Very, very funny. Very
Defiant
funny.
Digital, we on YouTube and we on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok.
So you started Defiant Digital. What year is that?
We started that during COVID, 2020.
Was
right
it-
in the middle of it.
Was it hard to build up because you know with COVID, you know we had to be in the house.
Yeah, it made it easier because we was like basically all the comedians we was trying to get, nobody was working, so we was able to like book everybody in one weekend.
Talk more about it. Tell me more about you know like what inspired it, what it's about.
What inspired is my partner. He thought of it. Basically, you know, we had tried to create different shows and shop it around, pitch it to different networks and stuff.
So that wasn't your first show you put
Nah.
together. What's how many shows before?
So my partner had other shows, basically like reality style shows, competition style shows.
Right.
And one we pitched to BET, and it went far up the chain. It was real close to getting picked up. And then all the executives got fired. So then they brought in new establishment, so that fucked up our opportunity. So then fast forward, he had another idea. So me and him went and shot that, chopped it up, went to pitch that. That went far too. Went to like Russell Simmons, went to like execs at NBC. Same thing, gotta know. So he kind of got tired of, you know, asking. So then we was like, man, let's just do it the independent rapper route. You know, instead of
the Rockefeller route.
yeah, instead of going to labels asking for it, just create it. You know what I mean? Put it out there and let them come to us.
So talk about that process though, because I feel like, you know, us coming from inner city or big cities where we don't know how to get into the entertainment industry, but we got a bunch of ideas. But the reason why we don't take that step forward because we just don't know the process.
Right.
So like if you pitched your first show and it was going up the chain and then the executives got fired, how many months is that or years did that take to get to that point before they gave you the news?
that was like months of like meetings and stuff. And I wasn't even in it because that was my boy idea at the time. I helped him with it, you know. So he was doing the pitch meetings and all that. And that was just like a long process. So shit was like months, you know what I mean?
Right.
And even if you get picked up, that's more months of waiting. You know, like everything was slow.
Why did it take so long?
There's so much politicking with it, and you gotta think like executives, their jobs is on the line depending on what they green light. You green light enough shows that fail, you might be gone. You know what I mean? So you know it's just like a chain that people gotta keep running up under, and then networks got their own standards and stuff where like they do their upfronts, and they might only want these type of shows in this month, so this window of months. You know what I mean? So it's just a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
So
not as easy as it looked, you know what I mean? Just getting something on air.
Yeah, that's how I see it too. Like I look at it, like when I look at a show, I always wonder like, damn, how long does it take for them to shoot this? Because you can tell by some of the content, like they the stuff they wearing, the stuff they talking about.
Yeah, but once you know you start shooting, they'll be like if you shoot a scene today, they're editing it tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Got you.
Then
So
it's
then,
like,
so then you and your partner said, look, we doing it our own way. That's 2020, right?
basically, yeah, we said we're gonna do our own way. We was looking at everything in digital, and we was like, we can create something. You know, we can carve our own lane where it's, you know, people not doing what we doing. It's like we was making it like an edgier style of content.
What made you go say, hey, I want to do a edgy comedian?
What made us want to do that is like, you know, we live in sensitive times with like cancel culture and stuff, where people can't really say what they want. We was like, let's create a platform and we really just let the comedians say whatever they want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where we got the idea for cancel court. You know what I mean? It's like, what's the biggest thing right now? It's like cancel culture. So he's like, how can we play off this? You know what I mean?
Right.
And that gave us the ability to, you know, make a show where we talk about real topics in a funny way, but we can get real with it as well. You know what I mean? And we put it out there. First episode did 100,000 in like a week or something.
What? How to get that number?
We just put it out there and had the comedians
bro,
promote.
y'all got some.
We had the comedians promote it. We had the comedians promote it. We
Okay.
put a little money in marketing it.
Uh-huh.
You know, we ran ads on Instagram and stuff, and it just did good. And then we came back and dropped the second episode. It did 100,000 in 3 days.
Really?
Yeah, and then after that,
How many comedians? How many comedians y'all had in the first one?
2.
2?
Yeah, and then
They got 100,000.
Yeah, it took like a week. It got 100,000, but the other one did 100,000 in 3 days.
And that's on YouTube, right?
Yeah, they on YouTube.
So how much you think you spend in marketing?
Probably a couple thousand, maybe 3,000 or something. But we was marketing other shows too. So like we had another show called Tops with a bunch of comedians on there, and we was getting a lot of them to post it. You know what I mean?
I got you.
And we was paying like Shade Room. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
actually, when I think about it, it's probably way more than 3,000. Probably like
Yeah, that's what
10,000.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, man.
But it was like over time. You know, it wasn't like
I got you.
like basically we created a network. So Cancel Court is like our #1 flagship show. But we got other shows. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, but we ain't got a spinoff yet of Cancel Court. We in the works.
Talk about your other shows. I want to hear more about it, man.
Yeah,
I'm only introduced to the cancel court part.
Oh yeah. We got a show called Funny Advice where it's basically comedians talking about real topics. Like we got an episode on like depression, relationships, just anything. You know what I mean? And it's 4 comedians. You know, it's more like talk show. They sit around, they give good advice, you know, and the shit funny at the same time.
Yeah.
They're gonna say some wild stuff at the same time. Then we got another show called Challenge Me that we just put out the 3rd episode like a week ago. And that's like different influencers, comedians doing different.
And they all doing, every time you put it out, they all doing 100,000 for every show, or is it just some shows
average,
struggle?
Yeah, some shows struggle, you know.
What's the struggle for you? Of like number wise?
Not too much stuff is under 70,000.
Really?
Usually when we drop, on average, it's like at 100,000 now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And, you know, some episodes of certain shows might take longer to get there, but they all get there.
Shit. What's
Cancel Court, we dropped that, and that shit'll do 100,000 a day.
Yeah, y'all got some good artists on there.
Yeah, we definitely, you know, we look for established talent, and we look for up-and-coming talent, too. So, like, we look for people who got big bases that can help market it, but then we also just looking for, like, who we think is talented, dope, funny.
Right.
And we just put them out there.
So how you look for them? Just all on Instagram? Or?
Yeah, we just active on social media.
That's what's up, bro.
Yeah,
So you see your lane is like, what, would you say your lane is comedy? Like,
nah, we wasn't actually supposed to be a comedy network. We just gonna do a bunch of different stuff. Then once we had access to the comedians, we just kind of went that route. You know what I mean? Long term wise, we just see us growing this and becoming like the #1 most dominant urban platform, where you see, you know, Cancel Court type shows, but you'll see movies, scripted shows. Like we want to do it all: sports content, music content, all of it.
I want to know the formula, bro. Like I mean, you throwing these high numbers out there, and it's pretty quick. A lot of people take a long time to get to those numbers.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like, literally, I think the way we got the numbers we got as quick as we did,
right,
is one, we had comedians that have an established fan base or social media presence, one. But then on top of that, like we had put other shows out that didn't do those numbers. You know, the reason we think Cancel Court did those numbers, it was just something that nobody saw before. Like right now, if you're a huge Cancel Court fan and we don't put a new episode out and you want something like it, it's really nothing even close to it. Like it's nowhere you're gonna go and see. Basically, just for people to know, Cancel Court is an improv show with comedians.
Right.
Basically playing lawyers in whatever celebrity or popular debate, you know.
Yep. But no, I like what y'all doing. That's why I definitely wanted to talk to you about it. And I feel like there are other people out there that want to do it. That's why I'm like, yeah, what's the formula? Because I know it's hard to get it, you know. Yeah. So you got some pretty decent comedians there now. Was these all like your friends beforehand or what?
Nah, I didn't know none of them. They didn't even know we was the owners when they first came. They thought we just worked for some old white man in the company. Yeah.
So how you get them?
So basically, my best friend, she's an agent for a lot of the comedians. So she was able to get us in contact. You know, it was COVID, so they wasn't busy, so they was willing to take a chance.
Right.
And she just, you know, assured them. She was like, nah, trust me. I know them personally. They're going to do some dope stuff. So, you know, they came out, did it. They didn't know. They thought the concept was great. They didn't know what it was going to really be like. And then when they seen the first episode, it was like, damn, nigga, this shit dope. You know what I mean? Like, they really rocked with it, so.
So it's about networking.
Yeah. And now a lot of, you know, we got personal relationships with them now. We can call them, they always down to work with us. And now other comedians, you know, they be reaching out to us to get on the show.
That's what's up. Yeah, we talk about that all the time on the show. We talk about, like, how important your network is. Yeah. A lot of people think it's just all about grinding and I mean, it is, but your grind is a lot easier when you just network.
No, that's definitely true. Networking is everything.
One of the things we skipped, we kind of touched on it, but your transition from Detroit to LA, I mean, was it a culture shock for you when you first came out here?
Not really, because I moved to Burbank first, which was the best thing. Burbank is
really
slow. Yeah.
Oh,
if I would have came straight to Hollywood, it would have been, I'd have probably been distracted. But, you know, Burbank is like easy suburban living. You know what I mean? And you still close to Hollywood. You close to everything. So, you know, you can get your dabbles and go out. But, you know, you ain't.
So you ain't get distracted on the way?
Like, yeah, of course I got this. I still got distracted, but not too distracted where it had to send me back home. So.
Nah, yeah, that's. So when you came out here by yourself?
No, it was me and my partner.
Oh, the one you with now?
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. So both from Detroit?
Yeah, we both. He from Rochester, I'm from Pontiac, and
y'all grew up together?
We didn't grow up together. We met in high school. Yeah, so funny story. We met in high school. We didn't really like each other at high school, and we both ended up at. Why
y'all was beefing, bro?
We wasn't beefing. We just wasn't friends. We come from two totally different worlds.
Right.
So you know, I didn't understand him. He didn't understand me. Then we ended up at this alternative school where we was like the only two normal people there. Everybody there was either on crack or they was selling it or something. You know what I mean? We was just the only two trying to chase girls. So then we just got cool. And then next thing you know, we both had similar interests in entertainment. And our friendship just started growing. And we moved out here together.
That's dope.
Yeah, we was friends for years, you know what I mean? And then we just always trying to think of the next move. And then
did y'all have them top ramen nights?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Air mattresses, top ramen for like the first 3 months.
Yeah, I think everybody had the moments, man, where they mattress on the floor.
It was top ramen and corn dogs, because the Ralphs always had this sale on corn dogs. Like, that's what the fuck.
Corn dogs is crazy, bro.
I haven't ate none of that for like, since then.
Glizzy's on the stick is crazy.
That was before that was even a thing, but yeah. I should take to edit that shit out.
No, man, look, man. No, I get it, dog. I get it. Listen,
your viral moment right there.
Look, I'm sharing.
Chop this up.
Listen, I'm gonna put myself in the same boat. I ain't gonna throw you under the boat. When I first moved out here, man, I was doing various jobs, and one of the jobs was security guard. But I wasn't like I was the dude who get the IDs. You know what I mean? I take the IDs.
You wasn't the one fighting.
No, I wasn't doing none of that. Yeah. Like one time it was a fight, and I heard it on the walkie, but I just stayed outside, and the owner was there. He was like, yo, what you doing? I'm like, man, they got it. He told me, yo, you got to go in there, bro. So I went in there, but I was always the one all the way in the back, like, yo, get out of here. Everybody get out. I was one of the boys hyping it up. But after work, right, You know the little things the pan where they be frying the hot dogs and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to eat those. I used to.
This is all the story to go around how you ate glizzies.
Yeah, I used to put the onions on the show, all that shit too, bro. Like it's all good.
I mean, them still.
Yeah,
Them
I
still
can't do
go
it
in. I haven't had one in a while, but every
Bro,
day at the club,
it was $10. They was about $10, bro.
$10.
Yeah, back
I
then.
thought they was $7 or something.
And I used to get a little Sprite to fill me up, man.
All right.
Yeah, those are the days you had to eat to fill you up, had to last
Right.
for about 12 hours, man. So I feel like people want to come out here, but they just nervous because it's like.
Oh yeah, I was definitely nervous. Shit, I was homesick when I first moved out here.
Yeah.
Then when I moved out here, like I was stressed out, broke all that shit, and then on top of that, my pops died. You know what I mean?
Sorry to hear that.
And I ain't gonna lie, that actually made everything I thought was hard easier, because that was the hardest shit to go through.
Right.
So then it was like, after I dealt with the funeral and all that, and came back to LA, I flew back to Michigan for that. When I came back to LA, all the shit I was worried about. It was like, this is like temporary problems. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it kind of made that, like, it took all that weight off my shoulders.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Looking back on it, I look at my journey and think about, the things I was stressing about.
Yeah.
Like, most of that stuff is in your head, though.
Yeah, especially when it's money. Like, people who stress over money, I can see how it is a stressful thing, but it's like, it's temporary. Once you get the money, once you figure whatever it is out, you good, you know what I mean? It's like, real life situations is the stuff that, health and family, your family members' health, you know what I mean?
Right.
That's the stuff that you can't control.
So the family bigger than the bag, huh?
Exactly.
So how you like chill now, like far as enjoy your, just be in the present, like what you like to do, like as far as appreciating the moment?
I like to work, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I like to work. I like to create, but I also like to be around family. Like I'm definitely taking more breaks from work than I used to. I used to work nonstop, but now like I'll go fly back, see the family, kick it for a few days. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
In sports, I'm a sports head, so
definitely.
That's how I spend my
No,
time.
I'm the same way. Before I used to work nonstop. Before you walked in, I was just telling my man like, I like to take breaks, bro. Like I go hard for 90 days, 3-4 months or whatever.
Vacation.
And then take a vacation, bro.
Vacations is big. You definitely need at least 2 a year. At least.
Especially from LA. Like I love LA, but it's like when you're not from here, you just feel like you always gotta work. Yeah. Like you feel like even when you chill, you like, man, I could be working right now.
Yeah.
But back home, you feel like, man, I'm just chilling with the family. Like I'm looking at, you just open your email. Oh man, I'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But here,
Nah, that's real. Like I definitely gotta get. Vacation is important to me. It's not just something I do. It's literally like every time I go on a vacation, I come back, I'm like refreshing and I'm more motivated.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
you want to do it again.
break. Yeah, you want to do it again. You want to do it bigger. You want that to be your lifestyle every day. So it's like that motivation when you on a yacht. They ain't your yacht, but you like shit. If I keep working hard, this could be me.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
And so, do you do anything like? Because we always talk about like some people meditate when they going through stuff, or just on a daily basis. Some people write. Do you do any of that stuff to like when you was going through them tough times?
I never meditated.
No?
I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not a big smoker, but like smoking helps me.
Yeah.
Like that's where I can sit back and anything negative, it makes me look at it in a creative way. You know what I mean? It's like when I can really get in my creative bag.
Kind of like.
So I smoke and write and do all type of stuff. Like I look at life like a movie once I'm in that element.
Kind of calms you down a little bit.
Nah.
No?
The opposite.
The opposite make you go up?
Yeah, I can't smoke and go to sleep and none of that. Like
really?
Once I smoke, my brain is on 100 doing this.
Back in the day.
I reflect on life a lot and it make me figure out what I need to be doing. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then it also it helps me creatively.
Back in the day when I used to smoke a little bit. You know what I mean? But it makes me like calm down. Like it makes like anything I'm going through, I be like, man, you was tripping, bro.
Yeah, nah, I do the opposite to me. Whatever I'm going through, it heightens it to a fucking million. Sometimes I need that to like put that pressure on me. But that's the reason I can't do that shit every day.
Yeah, I don't know how people. I mean, I guess I know how people do it every day.
I don't know how people functional or they just high all the time every day. Like that's crazy.
You smoking that strong, bro. You smoking it was too loud.
Yeah. But I don't get how people can just smoke anything and just be high all day every day. I know cats that can't, like, it's like they coffee, they wake up and gotta smoke.
No, yeah, that's now that I can't understand.
I wouldn't get nothing done.
Yeah, I can't understand the wake and bake. I can't understand that one. So what was your big break? Like, what do you think is your big break? I mean, I see that you doing some work on a couple shows. Yeah, like
I
what
don't
you?
think I had it yet.
No, what's a big break? Like, I mean, I feel like kid
My
come from
big break
Detroit.
is to be if BMF was my show. You know what I mean? When I'm working on other people's shows, I've been doing that for a while. It's good, steady income, but a big break would be when I write my show and it's out there.
How hard is it to be in the industry, like to be one of them guys in the industry?
It's extremely hard, but it's like, one, you just gotta be relentless with the work ethic.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I got that done. You gotta know, you gotta find your base and know how to attack them. You know what I mean? Like Tyler Perry got his base. He know what his base is. He don't care about making nothing for nobody else.
Right.
He just feeds his base, and you know what I mean? You see where he get with it. And it's like with us, we learning what our base is, and it's like basically intellectual comedy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Shit that make you laugh, it's raw, it's real, but it make you think, and we saying some real stuff at the same time.
So you see someone trying to, are you trying to like have a network pick it up, or?
Nah, we want to stay independent.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't mention that. When we first started, we was doing this, you know, to sell shows to other networks. We actually had 2 offers for Cancel Court. You know what I mean? We've had multiple offers. Like, we actually had a real TV deal in place. You
Really?
know what I mean? But we didn't like the terms. You know what I mean? They was basically trying to take our IP, run with it, and give us a little bit of cash. You get what I'm saying?
Can you talk more about that, or?
Yeah, I mean, it's just a typical TV deal, you know.
Cause I don't know what TV deals look like,
Where they
bro.
come and snatch your, you know.
They take your IP, intellectual property.
Yeah, they'll come take your intellectual property. You know, they'll give you a little bit of credit, I guess. You know, you getting paid. You are getting paid. But at the end of the day, now they can do what they want with it. You know what I mean? They can water it down. They can make it however they want.
Yeah.
You know, if you're going to do that, like, the bag got to be crazy for us to give away our IP.
Right.
And with us, what we just realized, though, we was like, we stay independent. We moving into the digital age now, where digital is where it's at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
Like, then we started looking at the biggest YouTuber, Mr. Beast, right? Everything he do like 35 million and up or whatever. You know what I mean? He made a post. This is like when we in the middle of negotiations. He made a post saying his first 5 years, his videos averaged under 100,000 for 5 years. And we like, man, we came out the gate doing 100,000.
Shit, I'm saying the same thing.
Now
I'm
this
trying to figure it
motherfucker
out.
damn near a billionaire. So we like, shit, why don't we just stay the path? You know what I mean? And now we really don't want to do nothing. I mean, we still will if it's right. We'll do different deals with networks and stuff. But we want to stay independent. We want to stay, you know, like where we own everything. We move how we want to move. We create the stuff we want to create.
If they wanted to take the IP though, what the bag I look like?
For Cancel Court or just for Defiant Digital?
Defiant Digital. They want it all.
Got to be some M's on that check.
I mean, I would hope so.
We looking at it, and it's like podcasts like Wallow and Gilly the Kid. They doing $1 million deals.
Shout out to Philly, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out to Philly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, they just stayed the course, and you see like what they have, and we realize what Cancel Court is like a super original idea. It's nothing like that right now. You know what I mean? Like it's an improv comedy show, courtroom comedy show. You know what I mean? And we talking about anything. It's like it's nothing like that. So it's like, you know, we been realized we had something special, but then it was like when we started seeing how, you know, paying attention to all the other independent artists, you know, how they move and the deals they doing, we like, shit, this $1 million IP right here.
Yeah, I think most people are starting to go in that direction though. Whereas it's independent. 'Cause I mean, I find myself looking at YouTube all goddamn day. I mean, I got all the stations and shit like Hulu.
Yeah, I got all that too, and I watch more YouTube.
Yeah, like so. I mean, I commend y'all because a lot of people would have just said, you know what, I'm gonna take the bag and I'm gonna take the fame to come with it, and you know they probably.
It would have looked cool at first saying you sold the show.
Right.
But overall, like anybody who actually know the business, they'd be like, that was stupid. You know what I'm saying? When you really look at what you can do, online, like especially when you just had that base and you had those consistent numbers and the sponsorships started coming in.
Yeah.
It's like what we need a network for.
Very true. Yeah, I got sponsorships.
We in the works for that right now. So
Okay.
we ironing out that now so we can drop the new season of Cancel Court and our new shows is about to come out.
Gotcha. When that come out?
We hoping this fall by the NBA season. We got a few NBA episodes we want to put in when the season come out. Ja Morant got an episode. We just looking at it as like we just getting started for real.
I like the humble.
You know
I like the modestness in it, bro.
Yeah,
I like it.
Cause let's just say tomorrow we stop.
How you gonna stop?
No, I'm just saying for any reason if it just stopped tomorrow, it's like we ain't. You know what I mean? We ain't to the levels that we see this at. We literally see it being the biggest urban digital channel.
It sounds like it already is, for real. I mean,
there's some other ones out there killing it. Definitely killing it. Like, they don't do exactly what we do, but you know they know.
Who your biggest competition right now? If I mean, you know, the people who you feel like.
We really don't look at nobody's competition because we don't do what nobody else do and nobody doing what we do. Like, we in our own lane, so we trying to carve out our own lane. So it's like, you know, we our biggest competition right now. It's
I like
how
that,
do we
bro.
get better? You get what I'm saying?
Right. I like that. So let me ask you, where you think like your hustle come from though? You know what I mean? Like everybody don't got that type of hustle. You know, people come out here and like you said, you know, you get distracted. You know, you get girlfriends and shit like that, and then you lose complete focus. You just, you know what, I'm gonna work for a network, and just go from there. What do you think
it's
your
just
hustle?
knowing what you really want, you know, what you came out here for. And I get distracted, I ain't gonna lie, but it's like I only stay distracted for so long. You know what I mean?
Me and you
then
both,
I gotta
brother.
find a way to break through that and remember what I moved out here for. But I just think it's like it's part of the Midwest. Like everybody I know from Detroit, Pontiac, Flint that moved out here, they all grinding. Everybody killing it. A lot of the comedians we use from Detroit too. So we put a lot of them on. But it's just like something about back home. You know, everybody just used to getting money doing something. Nobody could just sit still, watch all this pass.
I think for coming from Philly, I think for me, it's like you working against the weather at home. Like you only can grind for so long before it gets cold. So you try to make things move quick.
That's true.
When the weather break. Out here, it's nice 90% of the time.
Distracted.
So yeah,
365 out here.
Absolutely.
In the winter is grind time because you ain't got nothing else to do. Stacking for the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it make it a little easier. Then I you know, there's people out here who, you know, hustle and bust their ass and shit, but I feel like people are more relaxed here. Like, you know, I get people like, why you working so hard? Why you don't take breaks? You know.
Nah, definitely.
And
like,
I think that's what
makes
makes
to this. You know what I mean? It's like it's just another day.
Yeah.
It's like we know where we come from. It's fucking gray clouds. It's ugly. It's cold.
And you ain't.
You know what I mean? Ain't nothing to see pretty. You know what I mean?
You ain't got none of the scenery.
Yeah. I mean, I always had an idea what I wanted to do. It just wasn't a specific like what behind the camera I want to do. But I learned that I really do want to do it. I want to write, direct, produce, edit.
Yeah, that's part of the journey too, though. Like, yeah, I don't think you always need to know what you need to, what you need to do or what you want to do.
Right.
It's just, I think you just gotta know where your heart is.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, if you got a creative heart, you want.
Yeah, I just know I wanted to create. You know what I mean? Like, literally, one of my talents is I can see something in my head, and I can literally get it out, and it look exactly how I do it.
Do you write it down? Like, do you write anything down?
Sometimes.
Like, far as like step by step, or do you just?
Sometimes I put bullet notes and stuff, but I'm a very forgetful person.
Yeah.
But when it's a project or something in my head, I don't forget it because I think about it 24/7. Like, I obsess over it.
Yeah.
People are like, you need to write that down. I'm like, trust me, bro, I'm not forgetting this. You know what I mean? I forget some normal life stuff, but like my ideas, I really don't forget them.
Yeah, I still write stuff down, bro. I might write it a couple times. I might write the same thing over and over just to.
But that's good.
And just to embed it in my head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because like you say, you get distracted, but the silly stuff out here, you know, if things ain't going your way, you may be mad at the opportunity that you miss, or if you dating or whatever, you go through a breakup, or whatever the case may be, then you trying to get over that, then you're not focused on what, you know what I mean? So I need to stay writing it down.
Yeah, see, that's the beauty of entertainment. It's like anything I go through, whether it's good or bad, I just use it for storytelling. You know what I mean? Cause like you get a different emotions. You know, you get a new emotions you ain't never felt. You like, oh, this is a character now. You know, I can put this into a character. I can put this situation amplified times 100. You know, to make it entertaining.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could just run with it. So.
Do you write on any of those shows or just edit?
No shows. I just do editing. I'm post production.
Do you write on? Have you written on any shows that we know?
No, none
yet.
None of them. Just only on my own stuff.
So
So basically, I told you when I went to film school, it was for editing. So I learned editing first. Everything else I've been self-taught.
Right.
So like I took online classes to learn writing and stuff. And then, you know, as an editor, I look at all the scripts. I get all the scripts. So like I used to study them. You know what I mean? Like just really pay attention to like how to, you know, especially like how to get away with murder was the first one I would really like.
That was a unique show, man. I mean, y'all, it got to that point of that show. I think. Like season. How many seasons I went through? 6?
I didn't work on all of them. I only did one.
I think like towards the end, I was just like, all right, damn, she getting away with murder a lot.
Yeah, that's kind of every show. It started off realistic and grinding, and then the writers just gotta get super creative and shit just get wild.
I don't like.
Scandal was the same thing.
I don't really like when like people die in shows and they come back to life, or like a ghost or some shit. Like, nah, bro, they did. Like, let's try. That's when I kind of get turned off. Like, all right, they running out of material right there.
I agree. But, you know, a lot of stuff changed on shows, too. So, like, season 1, that might be that producer's first show. So, they putting everything into them first few seasons. Then, you know, by season 2 or 3, they might be working on their next project. So, now somebody else is kind of overseeing it. So, you know, the quality kind of go down. By the time you get to season 6, 7, 8, they already working on other shit. You know, it's different people running it. Those writers from season 1, they then went and did their own stuff. So now you got new writers coming. You know what I mean? It's like
why they do that though? Why they always changing the goddamn writers? You could tell
no, that's what happened though. Like say you a writer on season 1 of How to Get Away with Murder and you come out and it's a hit show. Yeah. Now you a hot ass writer. You don't care to stay on this show. You might have your own show now. Like that's how it works in TV. Writers is everything. So the writers create them shows and they the producers as well. But you might have been a writer on season 1 through 3. And by season 4, you might have your own show. So why would you keep writing on How to Get Away with Murder where you could have, you know?
Yeah, I mean that makes sense for a writer, but shit, as a viewer, I'm like, dog, like Power, like I love Power, but then you could just tell by the climate of Power now, like y'all definitely changed the writers on this one.
Yeah, we'll see. One of the writers on Power was Randy Huggins, who ended up being the creator of BMF. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
So he can't focus on Power no more. He doing BMF. So
I'm over there with Randy Huggins, brother. Yeah. I'm waiting for the next season.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that's how TV works. So most people always wonder like why sometimes the show can go downhill. That's why. Yeah. But if it's a show like Breaking Bad, where it's 5 seasons, they knew it was gonna be 5 seasons, and they just made an arc for 5 seasons. They got in, got out. It's like damn, it's a flawless show. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean I think all of them should start doing that shit.
Yeah, but then it's the money too.
True.
As bad as it is, like the viewers still tuning in, everybody getting paid.
Very true. So with you having your own platform, is the writer strike helping you or hurting you?
So
because I feel like
I'm on both sides of that. So in the industry, I didn't get hit with the writer strikes, but a lot of my friends did, so it's hurting them. On the Defiant side, it actually helps us because now all my friends that do work with us, that's sometimes too busy because they're working on major TV shows, they free right now. So they're able to, you know, help us out and work on our stuff. So the writer strike actually helps Defiant, but, you know.
Have you seen like your views? I mean, you already got crazy numbers already, but have you seen like your views go up?
Nah, because we haven't been dropping as much right now. We kind of in the dead period where we reing up for the new season of Cancel Court. So it's more like we trying to get the sponsorships all lined up so we can come back this fall like with a bang. And
how many episodes y'all put in the season for Cancel Court?
Season 1 we did 8 episodes. Season 2 we had to deal with caffeine and all Deaf Digital. So that was 6 episodes. So this one we'll probably do 8 again. And
what the process look like for like just putting a show together? I'm asking because I want the kids to know. Ones with ideas, you know, what it take to actually build your own show, so they would make sure they're on the right path. Every episode, how long it would take to shoot that?
So we shoot 5 episodes in one day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we shoot multiple episodes. So that's what make it hard scheduling it. You got to schedule all them people to come in one day, in different times.
How many hours is that?
the whole day.
Really?
Yeah, it'd be like from 9 to 9.
Ooh.
Yeah. We ain't shooting from 9 to 9, but you know, it take like 2 hours to set everything up, 2 hours to take everything down. But then you got juries, which is the audience members coming all in and out. You got the comedians.
Yeah, make sure y'all look for me in the next season. I'm being a jury, man.
He's supposed to be in 2, but he ain't come. But
no, I was going to come, bro. Listen,
Yeah.
listen. Y'all got shut down.
When?
That time it was downtown. You told me to pull up downtown. I was like, all right, I'm on my way. You was like, man, they just shut us down.
That wasn't Cancer Court then. We don't shoot Cancer Court downtown. We shoot down like Pico Rivera.
Oh yeah, it was
I
something.
can't remember what that was.
It was something, bro. I was gonna pull up.
Yeah, I ain't sure what that is.
I was putting my cologne on and everything. I'm like, all right, I'm on my way, bro. He was like, nah.
Damn, what was it? That might have been a party or something.
Nah, I don't go to parties, bro.
I don't remember what that
Nah, I
was.
go to parties. Don't fuck with
I do remember something getting shut down.
Yeah, it was. I'm telling you, you told me to come, and I was like, you was like, it's good.
Yeah, no, I remember that combo, but man, we do so much shit on.
But I'm in the jury next season. If you invite me, bro.
Man, you always invited.
So it take y'all 12 hours to do it.
Yeah, 12 hours.
How much if you don't mind me, how much it costs for something like that?
How much it costs for one day of shooting?
One day of shooting, yeah.
So, this ain't if you just at home with an idea, this ain't, the Cancer Court ain't the idea, you can just go off the ground.
Right.
One episode could be anywhere from 15,000 to 30,000, depending on how many episodes and how many comedians.
And that's all from you. That's just you investing in your
me
dreams.
and my boy investing our own money into it.
Sheesh. Y'all, so you ain't never like scared like, damn, bro.
At first we wasn't scared because we didn't know what all it takes to do this.
You said you was or wasn't?
We wasn't.
Oh, y'all wasn't scared? Okay.
Yeah, because we didn't know what we was doing. If we actually knew what we was getting into, we probably wouldn't have did it. Somebody told us that too. I forgot the word they used for that, but they was like, if you knew how deep this shit is, to really get it cracking, the digital side, you probably wouldn't have did it. But it's like y'all just went out and did it, thinking it was gonna be easy.
Right.
So we didn't have no fear, and we don't have fear now. But it's more like, just because you go shoot something dope, that don't mean it's gonna succeed. You know what I mean?
Right.
So you got that realistic expectations that like we could put everything into this and 20,000 people might watch it.
Right.
It makes you know money.
I think that's a blessing though when you really when you don't know. Like I remember it was a time when I was like selling cars, right? And I didn't know like what the profit was in the car. So my enthusiasm as a salesman was at an all-time high. So I was the salesman of the year that year. But then once I knew the back end of it, like the profit and all that stuff. So if a customer comes in and they're like, yo, I want this car, but I want it for $500 a month, I'm like, bro, you're not gonna get this car.
Right.
So my enthusiasm goes down. So I think that's also, I think that's a blessing, in a way.
It is, because I wouldn't have moved to California if I would have knew the real grind. You come out here, you like, I want to make movies.
You eat them glizzies on the stick.
That sounds cute. You want to make movies, then you understand. Like once you get out here, you like, man, these motherfuckers talking another language. I don't get nothing they was saying. Like that shit was a learning curve for me. You know what I mean? If I would have knew all that, then I probably wouldn't have.
What was your first? How much you invested in the first season?
First season, shit. See, it's hard to tell because we was shooting a bunch of shows. We shot a bunch of shit we never even came up with.
Really?
Because,
so
once we shot it and we started putting out stuff, we started learning what our audience liked. And then, before we had Cancer Court come out, we was trying a bunch of different stuff. Everything wasn't even comedy. We had, like, talk shows and all different type of stuff. So, like, overall, what we spent in the first year, I don't know what the first season of Cancer Court because everything was kind of bunched in. We were just shooting a bunch of shit. We probably spent easily over 200,000.
God damn. All out of y'all pocket?
Yeah.
And that's over time, right?
That was in the first year.
Like spread out or?
Yeah, spread out in a few months.
And
then we had a time where we seen our pockets get super like shit got scary, and we just kept at it, and then we hit a deal, and shit, we put the money back in our pocket. We was like, oh shit.
So that money came back within a month?
Nah, it was like a year.
A year?
Yeah. Well, it was probably like.
That's still not bad though.
A year and a half.
I mean, to make that type of money back within like a year, especially in entertainment, that's not bad at all.
Yeah, nah.
Guy was definitely on your side. So what you think? Because a lot of people take that route and try to. I mean, they have not try, but they have show ideas, and the turnover is not that fast. So what you think y'all did differently?
Our turnover wasn't fast. That's our problem now. So we need more editors.
Yeah.
But what saved us is our quality was so good. People never seen that type of quality on YouTube. You know what I mean? Even with the big shows, like our stuff, you know, because we wanted to shoot it to pitch it to different networks or take it somewhere else. We shot at like we wanted to already look HBO, MTV ready. You know what I mean? And like when people watch it, you know, a lot of people like, man, the quality is insane. But that comes from us working in professional TV. You know, we was able to make it look a certain way.
Right.
But that was our.
I had the cheat. I forgot y'all did have a cheat code kind of.
Yeah, so that was our advantage is that one, our stuff looked better than most people's on YouTube, and on top of that, the concept was super original. So it's just like, what the fuck is this? You know what I mean? Like, once people found us, they just rocked with us. And they seem like, all right, they move a little slow, but it's like, but when we get it, it's dope. You know what I mean? It's like a Kendrick album, or, you know what I mean? Like, you don't get it often, but when you get it, it's going to be quality.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? We trying to reverse that and go more the Drake route, where it's still quality, but you're getting it quicker. You know, you're getting more. You get what I'm saying? So.
Do you think that'll probably like take away the appetite?
Nah, because we realize like we can do that with other shows. We can have other shows that come out all the time. Don't oversaturate cancel court. But the special of that is like it's almost like a comedy battle. I mean, like a comedian battle show. You get what I'm saying? So it's almost like boxing.
Yeah.
If big fights was every week, it wouldn't feel good. But because it's like every month or every few months, it feels big. You know what I'm saying? It feels like a moment. So that's kind of the idea with cancel court is like keep them monthly, but have other stuff rolling out weekly in between. You know.
I think that's a good strategy though.
Yeah.
Because I mean, especially with the viewers y'all have. I mean, and especially the way people consume content now. I mean, it's just things so much. But when you got some of your favorite platforms putting out here and there, you do kind of look, as a viewer, I do look forward to seeing the next big thing.
Exactly, and that's kind of our other cheat code. It's like with Cancel Court, we kind of unlocked a lot of stuff. We was like, all right, we talking about relevant topics. Kanye do some crazy stuff that everybody talking about. We talking about it, so we hit the algorithm quick with that. You know what I'm saying?
Very true.
Then we doing it different.
That's a key too. The algorithm.
Yeah, staying on current topics and hitting it when it's hot. So like that Michael Jordan LeBron episode came out a year ago, but then this year when LeBron got swept in the playoffs, I just put out a TikTok and I put out a reel, and I just put when LeBron got swept by Denver, I just used the what's the player, the top player?
Nokic.
Yeah, Nokic. I put him as like the thumbnail. That episode was before he won it. You know what I mean? That was from the season before that. But because that was such a relevant topic, it went viral everywhere, and then people went and watched. You know what I mean?
See, that's the cheat code I was.
Yeah.
The thumbnail.
Thumbnails, topics, some hashtags, everything.
So you doing everything? You doing the social media too?
Yeah, I run the social media.
Sheesh.
I make the reels. I post them.
Bro, I struggle with social media, bro.
Yeah,
I got hype myself up.
Yeah, no, it's hard, but you gotta do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro. I gotta find a better way to do this, man. Because the social media for me, I'm like, dog, let me post. Let me do this, bro. Like, I never was you wouldn't notice like looking at my social media, my pages, but I never was a social media person.
Yeah, me neither. For real. I'm on the business page more than mine. I barely post shit on my page.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I don't post nothing. I mean, I might, just for shits and giggles, man, I might just post like whatever I post on the business page so people can go over to that page. But I'll
give you another cheat code for our Instagram. So we don't, like, we looked at the shit that go viral on Instagram the most. It's like funny shit. So at first we used to only post our content. Then I was like, I'm going to start reposting other people's shit, like whatever's funny. You know what I mean? So we would post other stuff, like other people's content, and we would always credit them. But it go viral to fucking 10 million, just bringing other people over.
Really?
And then they see our stuff, and then they go check it out. You know what I mean? So if you go look at our Instagram page, you see our content mixed with random content.
Really? I thought about that, but I just was like, nah, I felt like people would get confused or something.
Sometimes they do, but it's like the way we marketed the bio and the 3 videos at the top, this pin. It's real clear if you read any of that what we are. You know what I mean? We got the YouTube link right there. You hit the YouTube link, go right to the page. You know, we basically say we are. But I've seen other people, you know, where they only promote their own stuff, which I'm never against that. The only reason we couldn't do that is because we didn't put out enough stuff. So we was consistent and just had shit flowing, and we would never need to post other people's stuff. You know what I mean? So I know other pages like 85 South, they only post 85 South content.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then
they drop like every week though.
Yeah, they drop every week.
Yeah.
But then Defiant Digital, they post their content, they post other people's stuff as well. You know what I mean? So
right.
It's a lane for either one. But I've realized, you know, that does help you get more views on your page. It might not always help your own content, but every now and then somebody might come by and they check your stuff out and you just got a new fan for posting something random that had nothing to do with nothing.
I know, that makes sense. That makes sense. I think I'm definitely a real person. I'm definitely the dude who's going through reels, trying to laugh, and I might click on a couple pages like, keep seeing his name.
But the key is to post something that's like on brand with your product. You know what I mean? So we can post funny stuff because, you know, we deal in the comedy world.
Got you.
But, you know, you talking real life, you know, if you come across any motivational posts or anything, you know, business oriented, you know, you can post that and, you know, stay on brand with what you're doing.
Got you. So you got, so you ain't had a big break yet. But we got to speak into existence, man. When you think you're going to get this big break?
Oh, I think it's coming this year.
Coming this year. So we're going to look for it.
Late 2023, early 2024.
What give you that feeling?
I just know.
You know?
We just had too much, you know, you could just feel it like when you keep getting offers and deals on the table and you just meeting people who trying to work with, you know what I mean?
Right,
you just feel like, all right, it's a reason everybody's coming to us now. You get what I'm saying? And that's kind of how it's feeling.
It took you what? I mean, it took you, what, 3 years to build it? But realistically...
2 years.
2 years,
but... We started in 2020, but we came out in 2021.
It took you 2 years, but I always like to look at the whole thing. You know what I mean? Because
3 years. Then.
I mean, no, like you gotta figure. You know, you moved out here. That's
you
part
talking
of
about everything?
Yeah, because I feel like it was, you know, it was some method to the madness. Like I feel like you had some experience behind you, because that's one of the things I always look at when I hear people's stories. And they say like, yo, I got this in 2 years, I got this in 3 years. But I always like to try to find like the core, like where did it, like when did it start, and were you having? Because I think when like I always say this, I use Kevin Hart as an example, right? Kevin Hart jump out there, he'll say, it took me 20 years to become the biggest comedian, but realistically, he started like his first comedy show like at 18, and he had his first actual show that aired by 22. You know what I'm saying? That's 4 years. But now he had some failures, but at the same time, he had some fun in between those failures. And the reason why I say that is, or the reason why I bring up that story in that way is because I want people to chase, like people, when they hesitate to chase what they want to do, they look at how long it's going to take. Because they hear the stories how long it took for people. But realistically, you know, it takes some time. It took some time to be where you are today. Yeah. But you had fun in between too.
Yeah, you definitely had fun in between.
Yeah. So that's one of the things I like to highlight too. Like, Chase, you go do what you need to do, but
you do gotta love the journey.
You definitely gotta love the journey.
If you just want the end results, then you're gonna hate every part of this shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because that's not how it works.
Definitely not.
If people who want to be famous overnight, it's like you might as well go buy a lotto ticket. You get what I'm saying? Like,
big fact.
Same shit. Like, the odds of that happening, slim to none.
Right.
It's like you gotta be in it for the long game and enjoy the journey. You know what I mean? Set up yearly goals. Once you hit that, you know what I mean? You'll just start looking. It's just like Nipsey used to always say. It's like, don't look at the whole building, you know what I mean? Just put a brick up every day. Yep. You know, you put a brick up every day, you look up in 2 years, you got a fucking building. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So that's how I kind of look at it.
Well, that's a good strategy. Yeah. That's a good strategy, man. Well, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, appreciate you having me.
Yes, sir.
Anytime.
Yeah, my man, Kenny, man, congratulations on all your success.
Appreciate it, bro.
Man, you want to promote anything?
Just Defiant Digital, everything. You can find us on YouTube, Defiant Digital, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, all of it. Yeah, my personal Instagram is Kenny D. McClendon. Kenny D. McClendon, Instagram.
Bigger Than Goals podcast. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. I think I always get that wrong, right?